What's up, YouTube? It's Eric, a Lions fan. Thanks for clicking on this video. Guys, today I'm going to be talking about Brad Asmus and his, right now, kind of how he's been doing, probably all through his entire career. But I'm going to focus kind of more or less on the first half of the season. Last night, guys, the Tigers lost 7-3 to the Toronto Blue Jays. I didn't watch the game. It came up across my ESPN app. As you guys can tell, I just took my Lions hat off, put my Detroit Tigers hat on. As you guys know, I'm a big Tigers fan. Probably a bigger Tigers fan than I am a Lions fan. But I kind of like those two teams the most out of all the sports teams in Michigan, the two professional sports teams. I don't really care about the Red Wings, and I'll admit I do not care about the Pistons, but I'll watch the Pistons if they're doing well. But like right now, I could care less about them. But anyway, kind of going off along with that. Right now, guys, and one of my subscribers came up in my last video where I talk about the mid-season assessment for the Tigers, and he goes, "You know, Eric, I really haven't heard anything you talk about Brad Asmus. What are your overall thoughts of his performance, or what do you think of him?" And this is kind of what this video is going to be about. It's going to be real short, not going to be a long, drawn-out video. Personally, to me, I think he's done the best of what he's got. Now, you guys know that this team has been not hitting well, not pitching well towards the back end of the bullpen, although lately they've been doing a little bit of a better job. But still, guys, they're under 500 right now. I think last I knew, they were 6 or 7 games below 500, and they lost again to last night. So I'm guessing there's 7 to 8 games behind now. Still behind the 8 ball. I think what he has done is he's tried to get people out of funks, and it just hasn't worked out. Like for Francisco Rodriguez. Yeah, he's put him in those situations, and he just hasn't came through. And he's put him in. The same thing with Alex Wilson. He's tried to put him in as well, try to get him out of the funk. I know all managers do this. They keep plugging those people out there, hopefully try to get them out of their funks. Well, after so many times of putting them out there, way before this all blew up with K-Rod, he probably should have said, "Look, man, you're not pitching well. We're going to put you through some situational situations, and we're going to see if you can pitch out of them." He could have asked the Toledo Mudhens for that, or any other minor league baseball team to come up here with maybe I don't know if they have a B team or not, but they could have put him in that situation. See what he does. Or they could have said, "Look, man, you got to go back down to the minor league so you can get your situation taken care of, and when you're done, and when the coaches think you're ready, you can come right back up." I just think he's put, and especially with the bullpen, and I'm kind of going to harp on the bullpen here, I think he's put, and again, this is just my own personal opinion on the situation, he's put the people in a situation where they can't win, or they haven't been doing very well, and he's trying to get them out of their funks, and they just haven't performed. And that's not against Brad or anything. It is to an extent, but really it all boils down to K-Rod should have been pitching better. He can't blow by anybody anymore. He's got to go to his repertoire and get other people out with different style of pitches. And if he only has 2 pitches, he needs to get a third one to try to get people out with. I'm 40 years old, guys. If you only have a pitcher that can only pitch 89 to the low 90s, and he's a closer, you're gonna want to have different pitches. A perfect example is, and the name escapes me right now. Probably when I shut the video off, it'll come right to me. But the New York Yankees closer that they've had for years, he had decent speed, but he had other pitches to get people out with. And that's the key to be a closer. You just can't be a mid to high 90s or 100-mile-an-hour pitcher. You can get people out that way, but as your career goes along, you're going to want to start developing other pitches. Also, guys, and this is kind of going off here on a tangent a little bit, I don't think Al Avila has done his part to help Brad to get players in, or to trade players, or to cut players. A perfect situation is, and I love the man to death, don't get me wrong, is Victor Martinez. That was too big of a contract back, and I think Dombrowski did that, put him on that situation. Too big of a, well, Alavilli was probably part of that process too, because at the time he was the assistant general manager. Too big of a contract for that age of a man. And granted, he's still a good hitter. I'm not taking anything away from what he does, but his knees are shot. The man's knees are shot. You can tell when he hits the ball and he's going to get it out. He just doesn't hustle down to the first baseline anymore. He kind of just jogs. Same with Cabrera. He just jogs. That kind of irks me a little bit that the players do that. Well, that's Brad's responsibility to jump on their case and say, look, I don't care if it's a ground ball to the shortstop or a ground ball to the second baseman or any ground ball. Hustle your ass to first base. He probably should do that, and if he gets flack for it, well, then he gets flack for it. But that's my own personal opinion, guys. I think he's trying to do the best job he can with what he has. He's got an aging team. The team isn't doing that well. They're in 4th place right now in the Central Division. I can't see him getting a playoff spot or even getting out of the funk that they're in. It's just a matter of it's time for this team to really start to disassemble the team. And Alavilli hasn't. I don't think he's even done his part here either. He hasn't done his part to get players out of here. Like the Justin Verlander trade. I don't know why he thinks you got to get top prospects for him. Granted, Justin Verlander is don't get me wrong, Justin Verlander is a good pitcher, but he's not on that upper echelon of the elite pitchers anymore, like he was early in his career. He's one of my favorite Tigers, just like Victor Martinez is. But you just got to know what you have, and you got to think he's got to be rebuilding. Maybe the owners are saying, look, we're not going to take anything less. Maybe the Ilitch family, now that Mike Ilitch has passed away, the kids have said, look, we have too much invested in this team. Try to get the most you can for them. But if that's the case, then I really can't. I got to blame the Ilitches here. But I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, guys. But I think overall, guys, I think Brad is, like I said, I think Brad has done the best job he can with what he has. I'm just going to say that. Could he have done better in certain situations? Yes. The team should not be in 4th place with the kind of roster that we have and the money that we're paying these guys. I think it's close to $300 million, if it's not over $300 million for this baseball team. The only real good prospects we got are J.D. Martinez, Castellanos, Fulmer, and some people say Norris. Anybody else is probably Justin Wilson. I think he's another one to keep. Maybe McCann. Some of the younger guys probably you want to keep as well. But yeah, some of the older guys, they got to be trade bait. And LV's got to say, look, guys, what are you guys willing to give me? So, guys, what do you guys think of the video? Like I didn't really go into much here. Just it's really Brad has done probably the best job he can with what he has. Now, could he have done, like I said, could he have done better? Yes. With that K-Rod situation. Alex Wilson's another one where he should have known that Alex Wilson cannot pitch well. He gives up too many runs. He should have said, look, man, you got to try something else, or we're going to send you down to get your shit together so you can come back up if you're good enough to come back up. You got to kind of play some arrogance on some players here a little bit. Maybe try to chew some ass a little bit, and if they don't like it, well, I guess they're not going to like it. So. And I think Brad kind of says, too, here, and this is kind of a knock against him, too, is he goes out, and the player, and I see it, you guys see it, and you guys see it on the Detroit Tigers stuff here. They say, look, he should have done this. Well, Brad goes, well, I'm the manager. I know more about baseball than you do. Huh? Yeah, we may be couch managers, but I'm seeing the same thing you're seeing, and what you're doing is not working sometimes. So, but guys, what do you guys think of this video? Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Is there stuff that I've missed? I'm sure you guys are going to tell me, but go ahead and put it down in the comments, and also do a like, subscribe as well. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope the Tigers do better, but I don't think it's going to happen. And I hope to see you guys again soon, guys. Go Tigers, go Lions. Deuces, guys. Take care.